welcome everyone to today's video. Today we are talking about the Manolta Maximum 7000. So the Manolta Maximum 7000 is another vintage film camera. It's gonna be a lot newer than like the Canon FTB that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that review, go check it out. But today we are talking about the Manolta. So this right here is the camera, pretty nice looking little thing. This has an interchangeable lens and it is a fully automatic film camera. And because it's fully automatic, this makes it a much better beginner camera than something like the Canon FTB. I haven't shot just a ton on this camera, but from what I did shoot, it was really fun. It's fun coming to an automatic from a manual, just having do all of that stuff for you. Although it is terrifying how fast you blast through a roll when you don't have to change the settings, you just point and shoot. So shout out to my brother Jensen for taking some of these photos that we're about to take a look at and kind of review. So first of all, this thing takes pretty sweet looking photos. You totally get that awesome retro look with less work because of course it is an automatic camera and not a manual, so it's going to be a little bit easier to get that really cool retro look that we all love with those film cameras. And something else I really love about this camera, and also it's kind of a love-hate situation, but it's these big flare things that you get in some of these pictures. They're actually really, really cool, but sometimes it way over flares and it kind of destroys your whole picture because it's flaring so much. But it's also kind of cool because it being not perfect, you get some of these beautiful, beautiful flares. And so for that reason, it is both a little bit more fun and a little bit more dangerous to shoot with a camera like this, because you might get those golden little flares like in this picture, and you might get way over flared like in this picture. I am taking a trip to Puerto Rico here pretty soon, and I'll be shooting tons of film, and I will be taking that camera along, of course, and I will probably be taking both of these cameras. This is the Canon FTB. If you haven't seen the review, go check it out. And then the Manolta. I'll be taking both these cameras, just great for different situations. I really do love the auto. The automatic is a real advantage there, and for how cheap this camera is, I would definitely recommend it. So you can get this camera for about $50 with a lens, give or take, kind of in that range. Go used on eBay, make sure it's a tested one so that it works, but a really cheap camera. So yeah, I'm going to be using both of these cameras a lot. I don't like how the Manolta looks as much, so I kind of enjoy like the fun, a little bit more like old school look of the Canon. The Manolta does take just some phenomenal photos. So do I recommend this camera? Yes, I do. I think so. Definitely be aware of the fact that it does destroy some of your photos with like over flaring and like blown out and that kind of thing. So be aware of that and be ready to lose some of your photos through that. But overall, it's going to be an easier startup camera than using a manual. So that is my very fast review on the Manolta camera. Again, just takes awesome photos, and it's so fun. I just love these old retro cameras. Yet another great option for just super cheap entry level, super duper great if you're like just wanting to dip your toes in the water and kind of see if you really like film. This is a great way to start out. Low cost, low risk, and it's easy. To be honest, it's easy. So go for it. I do recommend this camera. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next week. Why are you focusing back there, son?